ahead.
Just home from work. What's good with you?
It is 12:23 a.m. here on a school day. We're hitting up the late one.
Wow. Haven't been up that late in years.
I'm running on fumes right now, man, with the finals game last night. Stayed up for it and kind of feeling the after effects, but I'm still awake.
Yeah, you're still probably on cloud nine after that game last night.
I just want to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rewatch that one. And I'm not a huge rewatch games guy, but that's one that I'm going to have to rewatch.
Can you believe it?
I'm having trouble even, catching my breath when I, think about the game that went down last night. I haven't seen a basketball game like that possibly in my lifetime.
A serious slugfest close the whole time.
Kevin Love came to play, 14 rebounds.
4 offensive rebounds in the first quarter.
I was actually very impressed with Kevin last night. I felt like for the first time in a while he had a role.
He was within himself.
He was. And, it's probably tough being a guy like that when you've been a superstar on teams before putting up numbers that no one's ever seen. But he, did no wrong last night, really.
No, he confidently put up the same shots that he would within the offense. They didn't always fall, but he kept shooting. He scored when he needed to, and he was always there for the rebounds. I mean, Tristan Thompson only had 3 rebounds last night.
In 32 minutes, he only had 3, but, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't turn the ball over. He actually shot well from the field. He, only a couple shots anyway, but he made them all, and he made his free throws.
Yeah, 3 or 4 from the line.
Kevin just decided to be hey, by the way, I'm an all-world rebounder, if you guys forgot. I'm probably the best rebounder in the league, not named Andre Drummond.
Yeah, the argument could definitely be made. I mean, DeAndre Jordan and, Dwight might have something to say, but Love is the best at getting position.
Love is one of the only guys to average 15 rebounds a game, right? In a long time.
Yeah.
LeBron and Kyrie, once again, showing everyone that there's probably not a better twosome in the league.
These two are incredible. Can we just talk? Everyone is talking about these two guys and LeBron, and I just want to talk about Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie's kind of been the guy that I've been pretty much obsessed with this whole series. Obviously, LeBron's getting all the love, but, just watching the games and whatnot, Kyrie, I'm telling you, dude, he stands out more than anyone else out there. Just his smoothness and, the way he plays the game and being able to get his shot whenever he wants. His handle is disgusting.
So fun.
How skilled is he? He plays the game the right way.
I was thinking about it today because I've been thinking about this all day and excited to talk, but he's a more controlled-ish Allen Iverson. He reminds me of Iverson, the way he goes about his stuff out there.
I like that. A more smooth Iverson, almost, I would say.
Right. I mean,
he can shoot.
Yeah.
I feel like the thing that really sets him apart is he is a dead-on shooter. He strokes it.
Every time he drives to the rim, my jaw was just on the floor. His body control, and he'll stop on one foot and fade, after driving really hard at the rim. I don't understand.
I feel spoiled by Kyrie. We got to watch him in 4 games against the Pistons where he just went insane. Everyone's all right, Kyrie's back after the series against us. I just can't. The way he has the ball on a string, too. No one can dribble it like that.
No. His footwork,
everything is so solid. He's never going to travel or, how many turnovers did he have? Only 2 turnovers. He doesn't turn the rock over a ton.
Right. He's not diming a whole bunch, but
No.
I've been listening to a lot of Kyrie today. All his post-game stuff, and he was a blast last night with the NBA TV guys. Isaiah and him were chumming it up. And he said a game this regular season, late in the season, I think it was against Chicago, and he kind of concluded, you know what, we're not going to go anywhere unless I'm truly being myself.
There's no better way to put that.
And himself is just iso ball and being fancy and just taking control.
Scoring. Go get it.
One of the purest scorers that we've ever seen already.
The fact that he's so young and what he can do and how smart he is, too. Him and LeBron together, it's the smartest combo of all time.
He has really embraced LeBron, has completely let himself be led by LeBron and realized what this is all about.
Yeah, I'm super impressed with him. It's going to be tough to beat these guys. Kyrie's, 23 years old?
24.
This team is, Jesus.
Yeah, if LeBron sticks around, you have 2 of Kyrie is developing into a very good defender. So, 2 of the best players around.
He makes big plays on D, dude. He always comes up with a great time defensive play. I don't know how to really explain it, but it's something that he always does.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm really impressed with the Cavs squad. To get that win on the road, you can't say enough about it.
My favorite thing about this, I mean, they were so emotional after the game.
Oh, man, just bawling.
They truly made it about Cleveland, and it's
Right.
bigger than themselves, and like the whole story of doing it for Cleveland. And I was thinking about it. I mean, this is way more fun for me as a fan than if the Warriors would have won, honestly.
We saw the Warriors do it last year. They had the big regular season. There's been a lot of good times. Like, there's almost like an expectation with them where it's not as cool at this point if they win it. It's funny.
When the Draymond suspension happened, they kind of started becoming a little bit villainous almost.
I don't want to see them in that light.
I know, me either.
You know? I really don't, but it's hard.
They were so out of their element.
Draymond played well last night, though.
Draymond was fun to watch. I mean, he had the hot hand. He started out, 5 of 5 from 3?
I'm a little surprised at, I guess I'm not surprised because that's kind of their whole game, but a lot of the shot selection down the end for the Warriors was a little head-scratching to me.
I think it was the possession after Kyrie hit the big 3 with 45 seconds, and Steph got Kevin Love on a switch, and he's dribbling. I mean, if you look, the lane is wide open, and he kept getting past Love and then hoping to pull up for a 3 and not doing it, and he could have just driven the lane, and he said it after the game. He said he just settled for so many 3-pointers.
You have Kevin Love on you, man. Just roll by him.
Yeah, take it to the rack and kick out to your teammates or get all the way.
Do one of those cool layups that you do where you, throw it up really high or, off the high glass. That's your shot. That 3 he takes, he makes that as well. So, you can't really blame him.
There is no bad shot for him, so...
I was surprised. I see Clay shot the rock 17 times. It was 2 of 10 from deep, but for some reason, I never noticed him doing anything all night.
Very quiet.
40-plus minutes? That's wild. Usually when they're struggling, they go to him.
Even on defense, I feel like he'll come up with a big defensive play, too. And
he's a good defender. He's real long.
No, he's a fantastic defender.
I kept being just wait. Clay's going to go on a little 8-0 run. Just wait.
Right.
And it didn't happen. I was surprised, but I think if he would have went on that run, I'm glad he didn't because maybe it's not as good of a game.
I feel for Clay. I think he got a little bit caught up in calling out LeBron for the Draymond suspension, and then...
Why do you got to do that kind of stuff?
I was disappointed in him at the time. He wore, to Game 5, he wore these special shoes that said back-to-back on them.
I like the confidence.
Yeah, no, the confidence is great, and things kind of slipped for the Warriors. I mean, you had that.
I know, they kind of fell out of favor almost.
Yeah, Clay's dad, Michael Thompson, an old player, went on the radio during that time and said that LeBron never could have survived in that era. If there's one thing we learned this series and last night, and every time I watch LeBron play, he gets fouled on every play.
I've kind of been a known Bron slappy here. If I'm Clay, I'm so angry at my dad.
Yeah, it's too much.
That's embarrassing.
It's just too much. It's not. The game happens on the court. Let's play the game.
LeBron has done absolutely everything you could ever ask of him, I think, at this point now. That he's, wanted for Cleveland and just the way that he goes about his business.
No, he led. He never wavered.
Even when they were down 3-1, he had this weird confidence about him.
Right. He said in the post-game interview, he was saying he had to keep upright and keep the confidence, and he couldn't say, oh, why me? Because, things were obviously being scrutinized by him once again, as they have been his whole career.
Right. The back-to-back 40-point games and this last game here, I really don't know how you could, have bad things to say about him. If you don't like him as a person, that's cool, whatever, that's your own thing, but, strictly on the court, holy crap.
I truly think he is the best player ever. I don't even have a problem saying that anymore. I don't care if he doesn't win another title. He led everyone in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. I guarantee that will never be done again.
Yeah, he ran the table, basically, they would say, and, I agree with you. He's definitely the best player we've seen.
I just feel blessed to be watching this. In 13 years in the league, and he's still out there eating the rim late in the season like this.
Oh, my gosh, dude. The block on Iguodala. I stood up at that point, and you would have thought that I had lived in Cleveland my whole life, dude, towards the end.
I was at this Irish pub, and it was actually a pretty cool atmosphere, and when that happened, everyone went bananas. I'll never forget that block.
They were saying like that and the Tayshaun block are probably the best 2 blocks of all time.
I couldn't argue it. I mean, in terms of significance, in terms of just downright impressiveness athletically.
And then to have the Kyrie 3 could have been better.
Tied at 89 for what seemed like forever, from 6 minutes until the Kyrie 3 at 45 seconds.
That Kyrie 3 too, like Steph is right up on him, right?
Good defense. I don't know
I
how
would
you
say
could
it was
play
good
better.
deep. I wonder if the Warriors get a quick 2, what ends up happening in this game.
I know. Stuck on 89.
Crazy.
Year of my birth.
Year of your birth, not mine.
Pat got that 1 year older. Let's take a quick break to talk about our sponsor, Image One. Easy, efficient, reliable. Image One is just that in the world of managed print. If you work in a USA office with printers, copiers, or multifunction devices, let Image One use their progressive approach in completely managing your environment. That means everything works, and you don't have to think about some confusing printer. Visit imageoneway.com. That's imageoneway.com. Click Contact and mention the Pass First Hoopscast to schedule a free assessment of your organization that will instantly save 15 to 20% in printing costs. And back to some finals chatter. Yeah, the Cavs had 24 wins the year before LeBron arrived.
Good riddance to my boy, Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, Richard Jefferson went out on top, announced his retirement, and has claimed he's just going to write essays.
I loved Rich. He might have been my favorite guy in the series. At 36 years old, still grabbing boards and playing 20 minutes a night, 25 minutes a night. It's crazy.
Yeah. One thing I didn't like so much, at some point in the fourth quarter there, Steph was punching his head repeatedly.
What was that?
Would have been weird for them to win just because that is so out of his elements to be.
I don't understand what he was doing, and didn't it kind of seem like weird vibes with Steph all series? Just wasn't right. Injury aside, just something seemed off.
I think Bron really got to him. I think Bron got to their whole organization, top to bottom.
Man, you got people talking about it being rigged. It's just tons of different things out there.
Really sad that anyone could have that opinion, in my eyes.
Yeah. I think the Steph Curry wife's tweet was something that just put everything out there and didn't need to be.
Yeah, that was kind of the cherry on top for
didn't really like that. And,
things swinging against the Warriors.
I understand they're all living it. She's a huge part of that whole thing. So it's emotions get high and it happens.
Totally. But I would probably be out of control in these situations. I did want to say to also give the Warriors credit for their resilience. I mean, they lost Bogut.
We forgot about that. That's a huge loss of Bogut.
Yeah, Iguodala, their main LeBron stopper, went down and clearly wasn't the same, and they still almost beat this team of LeBron and Kyrie playing out of their minds.
Yeah, I mean, they were right there. I bet you they are still pinching themselves, being like, is this real life?
Yeah, man. It's going to be an interesting offseason, and I'm curious to see how they come back, because if OKC sticks together with Durant, if Durant returns, I don't think they can get by OKC next year.
It kind of seems like they stole that one, you could say, this year, and it's they probably won't be able to come back.
I wouldn't think so, and also, we'll see what happens with Harrison Barnes, who struggled again, but I still think is going to go grab some max money.
Yeah, Harrison's going to get paid, and he's a pretty good player. We'll see what he's like, more of a 2 or 3 option, I guess, on the squad. He could do some nice things.
A young guy with championship experience and who showed the ability to get pretty creative out there with the kind of things he can do.
It was interesting. When you brought the Thunder, it went back to something I was thinking about, how impressive Kyrie is, because he's not a Russ. He can't fly at you and dominate.
Right. He's so finesse.
Yeah, he's so finesse. It would be really interesting to see him go up against Russ.
I know. He seems so slow-ish out there, but then all of a sudden he's lofting it up and it's hitting the top of the backboard and dropping in like a little teardrop.
Yeah, he just needs a little sliver space, and then he's just in.
He's so impressive.
He really is.
Yeah.
Good for Bron. I'm sure he, when he came over to Cleveland, knowing that, Kyrie was the guy to team up with.
I can't say enough about Kyrie. All that he went through this year with that whole thing with his girlfriend and just staying.
It was a tough year for him all around. Even his numbers weren't as good as they had been in his previous seasons.
Right. Continuing this adjustment to having LeBron on your team from being such a ball-dominant player like Kyrie was. And they found a way to make it work, too, which is great.
Yeah, because LeBron realizes, like, man, if Kyrie takes more or as many shots as me, we're going to win.
Yeah, this works. Like, he can score more than me often. And
right, like, I don't need to be the scorer. That's not me anyway.
Yeah.
LeBron's triple-double, like, I feel like I didn't even hear it mentioned. Obviously not by us, but even in general.
This is what LeBron does. This is why I do think he is the greatest ever, is because it's expected. There's no surprise that he got a triple-double.
I'm scared as LeBron ages because he understands the game. He's so smart. I think he'll become like a dead-on three-point shooter.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't be surprised. Like because he always knows how to utilize himself in different ways, and I think once he gets older and as the game wears, I could just see him just becoming obsessed with it. And you saw that jumper in this whole series. Like, he was starting to go to it a lot more.
He showed the ability to hit it, when they really needed it the most. So.
Oh, man. Everything from the start of the playoffs with the Pistons now to this, like, you couldn't have asked for a better NBA run here, I think.
Like you said, the fact that the Pistons got to be a part of it, it always feels better when your team loses to the team that ended up winning it all.
I mean, we played them really tough, and we could have won a couple games, and this team was the squad that was the best in the NBA, so. Mm-hmm. Take it and run with it.
Take it and run. This has been the Pass First Hoops cast. I'm Drew from Madrid here.
And I'm Pat from Detroit. We're signing off after a fun one.
Signing right off, a little free flow about Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals. The Cleveland Cavaliers win it all. LeBron's return.
The trophy is now in division.
In the Central Division. Pass First Hoops on Twitter, Pass First Hoopscast Instagram, PassFirstMedia.com. Find us on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. Give us a review. Oh, yeah. All the good stuff. We will check in with you later.
Hit us up. See you later, bro.
Peace.